Okay, so I decided to spend a lot of money on a 3DS, and I got a Dead or Alive recently, Dead or Alive Dimensions. I don't know if you play that game, but it looks great. It's really an eye-popping 3D. But a lot of people are complaining about it online, and I've experienced this myself. You see, there's a problem with the controls. The game forces you to play with both hands. I don't know if you out here have seen Madoka, that magical girl anime. I love that series, but I think the creator's really sadistic, and I'm not talking about episode 3. I'm talking about how it's such a good anime that you want to talk about it with all your friends, but if you talk about it with the bros, you lose your man card. Even watching it in private, alone in the dark, I still have to drink an Natty Ice, do push-ups, and play some Halo for an hour after every episode. I'm going pretty fast now? Okay. Anyway, I'm a big fan of High School of the Dead. I'm cosplaying from that series. Yeah! A lot of people complain about the fan service in that series because it's pretty gratuitous. But I will say that that's really what makes it realistic. I don't think there's a guy out here in this room that would be telling the truth if they said that if they were running for their life from zombies and they saw another survivor, a female with a nice body, that they wouldn't, take a little peek. You might not be undead, but it still don't have that.
Don't panic.
Okay. I don't know if anybody out here saw the protesters outside this morning. Those religious protesters? Oh yes. I don't know why they're here. I think they're just confused. We're just a bunch of nerds. We're not Satanists. Maybe it's the crow shit cosplayers that confuse them or something. But anyway, I think that's kind of like how Fred Phelps and the Westboro Baptist Church showed up at the Comic-Con last year. I think they were also confused. You see, they showed up to what they thought was an anti-gay rally, but it was actually an anti-Italia rally. I think it's a name that really is what confused them. It was God Hates Flags. One of the really awkward things about going to a convention is when you walk up to somebody and you misidentify their costume. This happened to a friend of mine recently, who's sitting out there anyway. The background is that he really loves Fat Princess on the PS3. Yeah, and if you don't know what the game is, you feed a princess cake until the opposing team can't steal it, and she gets really heavy. Anyway, he walked around and he saw a girl, let's say she was portly, she was a larger girl, and she was in a pink princess outfit. And he came up and he was like, oh God, Fat Princess, I can't believe you're cosplaying that series, or cosplaying from that game, I love that game. And, he was talking on and on about how much he liked it, and then he found out that she was cosplaying Princess Peach. Alright, now since we're at a con, you have to be careful because people party a little bit too hard. I have a friend who does that. There was one incident where he decided to drunk dial me. Now, the background is I was next to him, asleep. I started the night off with 2 Jaeger bombs in his house. Anyway, he drunk dialed me, and then when I got this message the next day, it was really confusing because the message just consisted of him telling me to wake up when I got the message. Now, he didn't stop there. He kept going. He described as I began to wake up, and then he kept talking, and then the minute ended, the message ended being like 2 minutes. And then the next day, all I could do was make fun of him. I don't know if he made it out here. Oh. Alright, well there goes that joke. But anyway, the same friend did another thing that I found really funny. Now I wasn't here for this, but I heard about it later. Anyway, he was with a lady friend in a hotel room one day, and she had a bottle of brandy. Now this wasn't Hennessy or anything, it was cheap. It was like $10 bottle of brandy, and he spilled it on the floor. Yeah, and anyway, so he spit on the floor, and he decided that to impress her, he was going to drink it out of the carpet. Now this is a filthy hotel room carpet. I think he really needed to listen to his sex ed teacher. If you're going to eat carpet, make sure it's clean. Otherwise,